Hi everyone, happy Thursday, and this is our fourth day of our 5-day of intentional living group. And today we're going to be talking about sleep. So, this is a topic that maybe we should have talked about a little bit earlier in the week, so you could be working on sleep throughout the week, because it is a very, very important topic that I don't think a lot of health professionals, and including mental health professionals, talk about through their interventions. But sleep is incredibly important for mental health and overall health and immune health and all things that have to do with everyday living. If we do not have adequate sleep, it's hard to kind of encourage and help you in other areas of your life. Most of the time, this is the first question that I ask my clients when they come and see me is, what is your sleep cycle like? So if they're coming in and they're talking to me and they're saying they're having anxiety and they're having depression symptoms, I'm going to ask them what their sleep cycle is like, because it's hard to decipher what is really going on, or how can I get them to think differently or help them process things appropriately in a healthy, safe way if their body is deprived of sleep. So I typically talk about the impact of sleep on our immune system, because sleep is so important to shut down our body, to restore cells every day. It's so essential for immune building properties that if your immune system isn't strong, your sleep cycle is not on task and not doing its job, and your immune system isn't strong, then essentially we're going to lose vitamins, we're going to lose minerals, and we're going to not feel at our best abilities throughout the day. We're going to get sick more often, and we're not going to be able to conquer stress like we should be conquering stress. So with that being said, how do we manage our wake sleep system, or also known as our circadian rhythm? So our circadian rhythm has been well-known fact for generations and generations. In fact, before alarm clocks were even instilled in people's lives, people woke up when the sun came up and they went to bed when the sun went down. And this was pretty typical for our sleep schedules. But now, since through our society, as fast-paced things come up and jobs changes and just different requirements on our body and for our lifestyle, we don't necessarily go to sleep when the sun goes down, and we definitely do not get up when the sun gets up. So our sleep-wake system is typically off, and our circadian rhythm, which is our sleep-wake system, is in charge of releasing different hormones at different times to tell our body, okay, it's time to go to sleep, and it's time to wake up. So what happens is, typically when it's time to go to bed, we decrease in cortisol levels, which is a type of stress hormone to make us active and alert throughout the day. And we release melatonin, which is a hormone that helps our body relax and tell our body that it's time to go to sleep. When we wake up, we increase cortisol to tell our body it's time to get up, it's time to arouse, and we decrease the melatonin to kind of tell our body we no longer need this hormone to help us stay asleep, it's time to get up. But most of the time, these hormones are so out of balance based on a lot of different reasons. And that could just be lifestyle, that could be diet, that could be stress, that could be trauma. For a whole bunch of reasons, our circadian rhythm is put off and our hormones are out of balance. It could be medication, environmental factors. I can go on and on and on about that. So it's hard to kind of decipher what I'm working with when I have someone with symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other types of physical symptoms, such as headaches, brain fog, poor concentration, difficulty focusing, and some of those things. So I must help them get on a proper sleep schedule first. And I address this importance as we process and we go through some of the things that they might have come in for. So the number one step to get quality sleep is to make it a priority in your life. So quality sleep doesn't necessarily mean quantity sleep. So, such as I have a lot of clients saying they're using sleep aids or other substances to help shut their mind off so they can go to sleep or they can stay asleep. This is not quality sleep. You might be getting sleep, you might be getting hours of sleep, but you're not getting the appropriate release of hormones that you should be getting to help your body restore and rejuvenate for the next day, as well as manage stress hormones as they come in. Your body is continually in a state of stress with those stress hormones still active and the melatonin not appropriately releasing when you're using sleep aids. So I highly encourage my clients to try to decrease the sleep aids, if not eliminate them completely, and let's work on naturally reorganizing their sleep schedules. So what this might look like is to completely shut your brain off at night and fall asleep. Might be incredibly difficult for some of my clients. So I might tell them to not necessarily focus on trying to fall asleep, as in to set a schedule for themselves. So we're going to set a schedule of what time they would like to go to sleep, but also what time they want to get up. And it might take a while for them to fall asleep at the appropriate time that they want to fall asleep at night. But I always encourage them to always schedule the same time in the morning to wake up. It's a lot easier waking up in the morning than forcing your brain to shut off and go to sleep and releasing those appropriate hormones. It might not feel like it, but it really is. It's a matter of willpower in the morning and a couple other techniques that we can kind of talk about to get yourself up in the morning versus literally forcing your body to release certain hormones to get yourself to go to sleep. So I highly encourage my clients to set a schedule, prioritize sleep, and get up and get themselves up and moving in the morning. And how to get up in the morning, there's certain things that you could do. You could set your alarm and set it across the room, so you physically have to get out of bed and go over and turn your alarm off. You can have an accountability partner that might say you have a roommate or live with family. They have to come in and wake you up and you have to get up, or you have to have a meeting early in the morning. You schedule all your meetings or classes in the morning to get up. Might schedule work in the morning, so you have to get up in the morning to wake up. You might want to set something that you're looking forward to, so your body's like automatically excited to get up in the morning. So that could be working out with a friend in the morning, going for coffee with a friend, going for a walk, or something along those lines. But encourage yourself to get up, get moving. It might be helpful too to lay out your clothes the night before so you don't have to think about that. Set some goals for yourself the night before, some intentions for the day, so you don't have to lay there and be like, oh, I don't really know what to do. I can't decide. You already have a plan for your day. You're already knowing what you're doing. So just get up. That's the only task you have to do is get up. And finally, to count down for yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and get out of bed. So those are some simple tasks that I like to give to some people, as well as, keeping your bedroom curtain open so that if you can at night, if there's not too much light shining in at night, so the light hits you in the morning and it helps trigger some of those natural hormones you have in your body that will naturally get yourself up. So set a schedule and stick to it is the most important thing. Sometimes avoiding sleep aids, and that includes substances as well, such as alcohol and marijuana, may disrupt the ability to be able to get up. So once again, we want to look at eliminating some of those substances. I do encourage, maybe possibly if you have a hard time shutting your body off at night, not necessarily your brain box, but your body, take a small dose of melatonin if needed. Melatonin is primarily held in our gut. I want to say about 80% of our melatonin hormone levels are not held in our head, but that are held in our gut. So it's really going to help with digestion, digesting our food, as well as that brain-gut connection that a lot of research has been connecting to help us go to sleep and help releasing those hormones. Since so much of our sleep hormone, melatonin, is held in our gut, to focus on healing our body or encouraging with foods to help us go to sleep is very important as well. So I encourage my clients to decrease the sugar, decrease the processed food, increase veggies, fruits, healthy fats like avocados, coconut oils, and also increase the protein with grass-fed meat throughout your day as well. Take a probiotic to help build some of that positive gut bacteria to make a happy gut. Bacteria levels is also important as well. Encourage maybe some sleepy time tea like chamomile. And we recently probably posted in the units a cherry chamomile smoothie that is really helpful as well that you can drink before bed. And and creating like a bedtime routine has been very helpful for some of my clients as well. So they'll have a cup of tea, or they'll maybe make a cherry smoothie. Cherry has some antioxidants in it that really help release some of those hormones naturally to help us go to sleep. Creating a routine where you're having something to drink or something to fill your body up, maybe an hour or two before you go to sleep. And then also creating a healthy and happy environment for sleep, such as like a cool room. We don't want it to be too hot in our room because our body temperature changes throughout the night. So we want to have a cool room, maybe some heavy blankets. Some of us might be have some stimulus issues. So a heavy blanket might actually be calming for us rather than just like a light sheet or something along those lines. Some people enjoy fans or even having sound machines with them at night. If you need to have blackout curtains because of the lighting around your house, that's important. But I also encourage to not necessarily have blackout curtains because we do want that sunlight to come into our room to release the appropriate cortisol levels to help decrease the melatonin and get us up in the morning. So if you can, try not to have some heavy blinds or heavy curtains on your windows. But if you have to eliminate that light that comes in, then you have to. Also, of course, decreasing some of those blue lights a couple hours before you go to bed. So decreasing some, obviously TV, computer time, phone time. We really should be decreasing some of those things an hour or two before bed. I believe I just listened to a study that discussed that for every hour that you are on your device, it takes an extra 30 minutes for melatonin to be released. So if you're on your phone for 2 to 3 hours at night, it's going to take your body an hour and a half after you have that screen time for melatonin to appropriately release. So if you are watching your phone at night to about, 11, you're not going to be able to fall asleep until 12:30, 1 o'clock, when your body is releasing appropriate levels of melatonin to tell your body to go to sleep. So once again, that's highly important as well. We want to eliminate some of those blue light screens and some screen time to help us relax as well. Trying to think of other things that might be helpful with sleep is my favorite thing is magnesium levels. So something that I tell most of my clients that struggle with anxiety is that we have a constant imbalance of magnesium and minerals in our body. We have magnesium as a natural mineral that we have flowing through our body all the time, but magnesium can actually feel the lack of magnesium or the deficiency of magnesium can make our body feel restless, can make our body feel anxious at times, and also have a hard time maybe digesting some foods, but also cause some cramping in our muscles, which could make it hard to go to sleep. The restlessness can make it hard to go to sleep. And then our mind cycling as well all could be because of lack of magnesium. So a good way that I encourage all my clients to get magnesium is through an Epsom salt bath. This is a natural way to get magnesium where you don't have to take a supplement. You don't have to eat tons of veggies at a time, but you can get that relaxing feeling of getting magnesium is also calming your body and creating a positive routine at night if you get an Epsom salt bath. Epsom salts have a natural level of magnesium in it. So you just want to throw a cup of Epsom salts in a warm bath, maybe with a couple drops of essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus, and just sit in there for about 20 minutes. Maybe that's where you have your cup of chamomile tea or sleepy time tea or your cherry smoothie, where you just kind of really relax and unwind, maybe with a book to get ready for the evening and get ready for nighttime. That would be a really good routine to add. So some of those things I encourage my clients to do to help set their sleep schedule. I really encourage them to prioritize sleep, to get enough sleep, possibly decrease some of the naps throughout the day if you are having an issue with sleeping at night, because we want to encourage the appropriate release of hormones at night and in the morning rather than during the day. I also talk about the importance of recognizing when you are experiencing anxiety, when you're experiencing depression symptoms, or if you're experiencing headaches or stomach aches or cramping, to check in with your body, to check in with yourself first and ask yourself, am I truly tired? Did I get enough sleep? Is this stress caused by physical stress, by not having enough sleep, or your sleep cycle not being on track? Or maybe even it's something else like a nutritional issue, like a dehydration issue, or too much sugar or too much caffeine. So once again, I would encourage you to take a couple minutes, reevaluate your sleep schedule and how this might impact your overall mental health and your emotional health and what you can do about it. So if you want more information, of course, feel free to message me to ask me more questions. Take a look at the resources that we put in the units. But once again, the importance of sleep cannot be overlooked. It is very important for our overall health. So, all right, guys, well, you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy a couple minutes of us helping you figure out how to be better than what you were yesterday.